Welcome to today's explainer. As a corporate mentor, I see this basically every single day. You're a busy professional and your workload is, quite frankly, incredibly heavy. You've got these overflowing inboxes, back-to-back meetings, and deadlines that always seem to be hovering right over your shoulder. Honestly, it can feel like you're constantly sprinting just to stay in the exact same place. I know exactly how demanding that corporate grind can be, and I really want to acknowledge all the hard work you're putting in. But today, we're going to talk about a strategy that will absolutely help you take your life back.
Okay, let's just get real for a second. Have you ever found yourself asking this exact question at, say, 5 p.m. when the office is clearing out, but your to-do list literally hasn't shrunk at all? Why is there never enough time? I want to validate that stress you're feeling right now. It is a totally common, universal feeling in the corporate world that the required time given to us is simply way too short to cope with our daily demands. Oftentimes, it just feels like the workload is incredibly heavy and the hours in the day are rigidly fixed. But the truth is, while we obviously can't create more hours in a day, we absolutely can change how we interact with the hours we do have.
All right, let's dive into Section 1, Defining True Time Management. It is time to shift our mindset from feeling like victims of the clock to becoming absolute masters of our day. Because there is a proven antidote to those overwhelming schedules, and I am super excited to share it with you. Notice the emphasis on those last two words right there, conscious control. Time management isn't just about working faster. It's not about typing at lightning speed or skipping lunch so you can squeeze in just one more email. No way. True time management is a deliberate process of planning, dividing, and organizing your time to accomplish a specific job. It's about empowering yourself to function smartly. When you operate with conscious control over your scheduled time, you're no longer just reacting to whoever shouts the loudest. You're actively deciding where your precious energy goes. Every day, you basically have a choice between two diverging paths. On one side, you have mismanagement. We've all been there, right? Giving into the habit of procrastination, which inevitably leads to this horrible cascade of extreme pressure and overwhelming stress. But on the flip side, consider what proper time management actually brings you. By properly dividing your time, you actually remain stress-free. It gives you immediate relief. Better yet, proper management opens up entirely new opportunities. It literally lends you additional time for personal pursuits, entertainment, and some much-needed refreshment. It's honestly the difference between just surviving your day and actually enjoying your life. Let's move right along to Section 2, Essential Skills for Success. So, how exactly do we get you to that stress-free side? Let's bring this theory right back down to your desk. I want you to let this quote from our source material really sink in for a moment. The highest go-getters design their time frame exceptionally and accurately. I've mentored a lot of highly successful people over the years, and I can tell you for sure, this is exactly how they do it. They don't just wing their days. By using time properly and designing their schedules with exceptional accuracy, they build incredibly strong capability. It allows them to remain calm, focused, and fast in accomplishing a task, even when the deadline is super tight. They are entirely in the driver's seat. So, the absolutely crucial point here is building your essential toolkit. These are the 5 pillars you need to master. First up, organizing. That means getting a crystal clear picture of your calendar and documents before you even start. Second, prioritizing, making a clear assessment of what actually matters. Third, goal setting, creating both short and long-term targets so you know exactly where your schedule is leading you. Fourth, planning, structuring your time frame so you can actually stick to a realistic timetable. And finally, delegating. Remember, you don't have to do it all yourself. Delegating moderately handy tasks to your team not only helps achieve broader organizational success, but it significantly reduces your immediate day-to-day pressure. Now let's jump into Section 3, Mentor Tips for Every Day. All right, this is my favorite part of this explainer. Let's move from the high-level skills to the actual boots-on-the-ground reality. Rule number 1, prioritize the most important task first. As a mentor, I seriously cannot stress this enough. Please don't start your day by doing the easy, comfortable things just to check boxes off your list. You've got to analyze your tasks based on necessity, urgency, and sensitivity. Tackle that big, exigent project first, while your energy is at its absolute highest. By doing the heavy lifting early, you intentionally leave the least urgent, less demanding work for the very end of the day when your brain is naturally starting to tire out. Let's see how this builds into a reliable, everyday system. Step 1 is prioritizing your work, exactly as we just discussed. Step 2, then, is to divide your time. Once you know what's important, you need to accurately set a time frame by dividing your hours. And look, this isn't just about packing your schedule tightly. It actually supports fast, efficient work because you know exactly how long you have. More importantly, dividing your time properly ensures you leave a sufficient buffer to deal with the unexpected fires and potential problems that inevitably pop up in literally any corporate environment. Now listen to me on this next mentor tip. Take a break. I know, it sounds totally counterintuitive when you have a massive mountain of work staring at you, but the very best time managers take strategic breaks between heavy workloads. Allowing for downtime isn't a sign of weakness, it's a strategic requirement. Stepping away from your screen results in a refreshed mind and a clear head. It dramatically boosts your self-motivation and keeps you sharply focused when you actually sit back down to work. Okay, this next tip is where you have to be just a little bit ruthless. Deduct pointless activities. You absolutely must determine what is truly exigent and what actually deserves your precious time. We all have those random tasks or endless email chains that don't actually move the needle, right? As a good time manager, you have to actively eliminate these needless activities. When you just stop saying yes to pointless distractions, you instantly free up your time and significantly lessen your daily workload. Which brings us to our final stop, Section 4, the ultimate career payoff. When you string all these daily habits together, the prioritizing, the dividing, the strategic breaks, and the boundaries, it leads to something incredibly rewarding. Mastering these skills isn't just about surviving your Tuesday, it's about setting up the rest of your life. This is what it all boils down to, the payoff. Proper time management completely short-circuits and reduces procrastination. It ensures continuous self-improvement because, well, you actually have the time to learn and grow. Ultimately, it guarantees progress in your life. When you can properly juggle your social life, your personal interests, and your heavy work responsibilities within the finiteness of your time frame, you aren't just getting tasks done. You are actively ensuring a truly great, sustainable career. So that brings us to our final thought for this explainer. Time is flying. It certainly won't wait for anyone, and you definitely shouldn't let it slip away. But hey, you have the toolkit now. You know exactly how to prioritize, how to divide your schedule, and how to take conscious control. So the question I'm leaving you with is this: how will you manage yours today? Take a quick look at your schedule right now, apply these mentor tips, and go master your time. Thank you so much for joining me to learn about this absolutely crucial skill. Have a highly productive and stress-free day.